Nikki Bernstein here with trainer Ian Wilkes, who will saddle Fort Larned this Saturday in the Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Handicap. First of all, congratulations on your Breeders' Cup Classic win. What an unbelievable race.
Thank you.
How exciting is it to win the richest race in America?
Boy, Nikki, you know, if I could explain that, it may take me all day to do that, but it was unbelievable. And it all gets back to the horse and the team that surrounded me, you know, so it was a lot of fun.
Now, how has his training been since that race?
Really good. You know, horses, you know, we freshen him up, give him some time after the race because he had a long year for us, and we're just getting him back, and he's been in a steady work pattern, and everything's gone clockwork for us.
Can you explain what it is like, what he is like to train and be around? What kind of horse is he?
Oh, he's easy to be around. He's a fun horse. He's actually quite easy. You just got to keep him a little slower because sometimes he wants to do it a little too much, you know, for what I want. But then he's easy to be keeper. He's an easy keeper.
And how do you feel about going from the 1.25 miles back to a mile?
Not a problem. It suits my style. Just wanted to get a race in him. It's a long year. Want to get back to the Breeders' Cup. So this is a stepping stone. And it suits my style, this one-turn mile, just to get a good race in him, get him back in competition, and I thought it was a good spot for him.
Do you feel the weight spread plays a factor at all?
All it means is I had a good year last year, what didn't I? But then I have to say we're the only sport that weights our champions. Right. We need to put some weights on LeBron James to slow him down so he doesn't score too much.
Some ankle weights, perhaps.
Yeah. But no, it just means I had a good year.
Right. Mm-hmm. Now, how would you like to see him placed early on?
That's going to be up to Brian. He has to read the race. He knows the horse. That's the biggest key. He knows him. He has to judge the race, see what's going to happen in the race, because you don't know what they're going to do with Discreet Dancer. What's Fort Larned going to do? He has to ride his race.
Okay. Now, you having trained with Carl Nasker for many years, does he play a big role with your big horses, and does he influence you and your training at all?
Yeah, he does. He's around a lot, and yes, he's a good second guesser. He tells me that. He tells me what I did wrong on Monday.
You've had the experience to be around and on many unbelievable horses. You've had a nice go, and a lot of Kentucky Derby winners. You've worked for with Street Sense. You also were the exercise rider for Unbridled. What's it like to be around so many amazing horses, and how do you feel Fort Larned compares to some of these?
Well, very good. I'm very fortunate to be being associated with some good horses like Unbridled and Street Sense, and there's been a few others that Carl's trained, and some that have been in my name has been good. Well, the difference is they were good 3-year-olds and won the Derby, and Unbridled come back and ran as a 4-year-old and did quite well. But this horse has matured a little later. He wasn't quite as good as those horses as 3. I really feel he sits right up there with them as an older horse, and we're fortunate that Mrs. Whittam is a player in this game, that she is wanting to race this year, because a lot of times a horse wins a Breeders' Cup Classic, he's retired, but Mrs. Whittam, she's all about the sport, racing and having fun, and so I'm very fortunate to train for her.
Well, we can't wait to see how he does this Saturday and long into his future, into his years. For Larned this Saturday, Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Handicap.